Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna. And this morning, I continue this whole generational piece that we're talking about. And many of you may have, I hope you were in church on this past Sunday, where it's Family Sunday. And we're very intentional about ministering to the entire generation. I want to continue that from yesterday and continue this whole week on generations. What does it mean from generation to generation, connecting them? What does this mean biblically through the lens of Scripture? What does it mean with respect to my faith, my walk? What does it mean with respect to my wealth and all of those things? That's what we're going to get into on this morning. And you already know that text that we're dealing with all morning or all week long is Psalms 145:4. 145:4. Now, we may venture off into some other scriptures as well, but that's all base scripture. That's all base scripture, and that's what we're going to hold to. And that's what we're going to share with on this morning. I certainly hope that you really grabbed the whole loveology that we went through on the early part of July. Now, to finish out the month of July, I want to deal with this whole piece about genealogy, generation to generation. What does this mean? And how does it bless us to know this and to make application of it? So let's go. Good morning and welcome to Morning Manna, where in 5 minutes or less, you're going to get an impartation with the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Join the Morning Manna fam every weekday morning at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Don't forget to put in the chat the revelation that you get and share the manna. Now, let's get ready to have some manna so you can make it through your day. Don't break the chain. Don't break the chain. What does that mean? Here is the text, Psalms 145:4. One generation commends, grab that word, underline that word, your works to another. They tell of your mighty acts. Here's the context of the text as we continue to expand it from yesterday and for the balance of the week. Psalms 145 is David's declaration that God's praise should never end with one generation. The Hebrew word, listen, the Hebrew word for commends carries the idea of declaring, celebrating, and handing over. Every generation receives something from the previous and leaves something for the next. In other words, generationally, you receive and you leave. Let me say it again. Generationally, you receive and you leave. I'm going to talk more even about what you receive and what you do with it, but right now, let's kind of put those two together. Move into these three things that I want you to get. The first is this: protect the chain. Protect the chain. Talked about handing off the baton yesterday. Let's move forward. You are not the beginning of your family's story. You're not. You're just not. Nor will you be the end. Someone prayed for you. Someone sacrificed for you. Someone opened doors for you that you are now walking through. The ceaseless prayers that go before the Lord, and he says those incense, your mama, your daddy, your uncle, your TT, years before, prayed for your success. Honor their investment by strengthening the chain, not breaking it. 2, pass the fire. Pass the fire. Faith cannot survive on yesterday's testimony. Every generation must experience God's personality, God's prosperity, God's personification of who he is through Jesus Christ. But they often discover him because someone faithfully shared what he did. Your testimony may become someone else's turning point. Tell your story. tell the chapter, tell the subheading of your story. Pass the fire. Pass the fire. Protect the chain. Number 3, plant the shade. Plant the shade. I'll say it a third time. Plant the shade. A wise person plants trees under whose shade they may never sit under. I'll say that again. A wise person plants trees that create shade that they may never sit under. The greatest investments are often the ones whose harvest belongs to the next generation. Build the business, build the ministry, mentor the child, teach the scriptures, love your family. Your future descendants will live in it and cultivate the shade you create, but never sit in and never sit under. Deal with the sunshine and the sun and the heat that is bounding down on your brow now. So somebody else won't wipe that sweat because they're sitting in the shade that you're creating right now. And they too will create shade that they won't sit under either. So what's your takeaway? What's your takeaway? And don't break the chain. Listen, here it is. This long. Write it in the chat area. Legacy isn't measured by what you accumulate, but by what you distribute. It's measured by what you distribute and carry on. More about generation to generation. Share this. If it bless you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. Share the manna. I'll see you tomorrow morning as we continue. We said, don't break the chain today. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about breaking chains. The Lord be with you. Face shine upon you. Give peace. God bless you. See you tomorrow morning with more.